It is an absolute pleasure for me to officially launch the 143rd Girmit Remembrance Week and Girmit video to mark the selfless contribution made by the Girmitians in the development of this nation. Fiji has a rich history, and one of that is the arrival of Indians from India under the British government's indenture system from 1879 to 1916. The indenture system was commonly known as Girmit, meaning agreements, and the people who were brought over here were known as Girmitians. Fiji was ceded to Great Britain in the year 1874 by the Fijian chiefs after signing the deed of cession. It was therefore obligatory for the first governor of Fiji, Sir Arthur Gordon, to take care of the economy. Since he did not want to disrupt the Fijian way of communal life, he suggested that laborers be brought to work in Fiji from India, because India was also a British colony then. This indenture system, which was introduced after the abolition of slavery in 1834, was already practiced by the British in colonies such as Mauritius, Trinidad, Suriname, Guyana, and in several other countries. You've heard few countries mentioned by the High Commissioner. According to the report, the first ship that brought Indians was Leonidas, which sailed from Calcutta on 3rd March and arrived and reached on 14th May. This ship carried a total of 498 persons, 273 men, 146 women, 47 boys, and 32 girls. Over 60,000 indentured laborers were brought by the British government from India during this period, and about 24,655 persons returned to India after serving the Girmit. There were in total 42 ships and 87 voyages that brought Indians to Fiji between the first ship Leonidas in 1879 and the last ship Sutlej 5 in 1916. And personally for me, the last ship is of great significance. As a Girmitia, my grandfather came on the last ship, which I managed to track through the system that we have in the country for each and every Girmitia to find out your roots. And it's known to me that my grandfather came from a place called Basti in UP. So certainly the last ship is of great significance to me. Ladies and gentlemen, the life of our Girmitians was painful and atrocious. They were made to work long hours. They were ill-treated, tortured, beaten. Women were raped and exploited to benefit the rulers at that time. These were the darkest days of the indenture system. The Girmitians worked in sugar, copra, and cotton plantation for long hours in painful conditions and paid pittance. Fiji's history is indeed rich, but somewhat turbulent. The indenture era and then independence in 1917, followed by the brutal coups of 1987 and 2000 that caused further setback in the lives of the descendants of Girmitians and others who came to do business. Ladies and gentlemen, May 14th means a lot for Fijians of Indian descent. May 14th signifies two things. One, the arrival of Indians into Fiji, and two, the coups of 1987 that happened on May 14th, where the descendants, Fijians of Indian descent, were again had to face a lot of difficulties. I don't know whether it was ironical to have the coup on May 14th or it was a coincidence. Whatever it was, but the Girmitians had to face another setback after 1987. Again, the descendants of Girmitians faced pain and suffering in the birthplace Fiji, and many were made homeless. Discrimination on the basis of race led to ethnic and religious hatred in Fiji. It resulted in migration of Fijians of Indian descent in great numbers for their safety and security. It caused social dislocation of families, relatives, and friends. So the Girmitians were not uprooted from their homeland, but also, unfortunately, even in the birthland, what we call Fiji, during that time. However, after years of pain and anguish, the 2013 Constitution gave equal citizenry, security, and a common identity to all its citizens. This has enabled us to continue to practice our culture and religious freedom within that identity, giving us the feeling of security, oneness, and common consciousness that make us proud of our nation, Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, what we all enjoy today as Fijians is the result of the vision of our Prime Minister, Honorable Gorenge Bainimarama. He created history by giving equal status to all citizens. The 143rd Girmit Anniversary Remembrance Week, which starts from 5th to 14th of May 2022, will be celebrated at national and community levels, including in schools, to relate and reminiscence, an important part of our history. Talking about history, ladies and gentlemen, we are reviewing the history curriculum for all schools. Unfortunately, our children in school, they learn history of other countries, but not our own. So this change will be brought about so that we understand each other's history, so that we can live together and we can coexist, and that unity can be maintained between the different races. To mark the 143rd Girmit anniversary, several events have been organized, and I extend the invitation to you to participate in these events. Tomorrow, 6th May, Girmit program is organized at Sula Civic Center for our students, and this is the first time we're organizing a special session for our students. And in the evening at 6 a.m. for the general public. There will be storytelling session, Girmit songs, and Girmit play, organized with the help of Shobna Chanel Dance Group and other stakeholders. Girmit display will be set up at the Parliament on 13th May. School oratory contest and Girmit celebration is organized on 13th May for primary and secondary schools around the country. And from 7th to 14th May, Girmit Carnival is organized by the Nosori Town Council at Syria Park, Nosori. And furthermore, the Girmit celebration will be held at Subrail Park in Lambasa, as well as in Bar at Multipurpose Bure. In Bar, the celebration will be a one-day affair that will be on 14th May, whereas in Subrail Park, the celebration will last over a week. The video on Girmit that is being launched today is aimed at encapsulating the colorful history of Fiji, in which the Girmitians played an important role. It seeks to inform the general public of a history that should not be forgotten, especially by the current and future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also acknowledge all those scholars and writers who have written or produced videos on Girmit or indenture system. The compilation of information and stories of Girmitians indeed adds to the rich pool of information for our younger generation. And there is a lot of interest in understanding and spreading the message, or you can say the trials and tribulations faced by the Girmitians over that era, not only in Fiji, but also in those colonies where the Indians were brought in as slaves or bonded laborers. And there is a lot of work being done in that area, and it is shared across these countries. And I remember just last year, there was a conference held, in fact Fiji hosted it, but it was a virtual conference where all these countries came together and there was exchange of information as well as the research that were undertaken by different groups in different countries. So ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to officially launch the 2022 Girmit Remembrance Week, and I present to you the Girmit video. Thank you.